Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment. And of course, Captain America Brave New World is out in the cinemas now. It's failing miserably, and I do mean miserably, even though the media are still trying to do the spin-off. Oh well, it only cost 180 million. But even they have now had to come out and say it's actually a flop. Even though they're not using flop, they're saying it's a letdown, but it's an outright flop. But one person we know who was added into the movie during the reshoots was Giancarlo Esposito. And of course, he plays Sidewinder in the movie. Not that you would ever know, because I'm pretty sure they'd never actually call him Sidewinder in the movie. It might have happened once, but I don't think anyone even knew it was referencing him. But apparently, that's not actually who he was meant to play. No, he's now come out and actually spoke about who he was originally cast as. So, are we getting told that he possibly did his scenes twice as well? Because maybe he came in to portray one person, but then they did reshoots, reworked it, and made him Sidewinder? Let's find out, shall we? Because we're going to have a look at the article that talks about this. So, Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian star Giancarlo Esposito was a firm fan favourite to join the MCU, with everyone from Professor X to Doctor Doom often ranking among the most popular suggestions. Magneto was another. That's, by the way, who people were kind of hinting that he might play. I remember the rumour for quite a while of him being talked about to be Professor X. So when the actor was tapped for a role in Captain America Brave New World, only after reshoots by the way, we initially heard that he'd be playing the relatively obscure G.W. Bridge. Instead, he was eventually revealed to be Seth Volker, aka Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpents, a toned-down version of a serpent society. Original plans called for us to get a comic-accurate take on the villainous group, superpowers and all. Before the movie's opening sequence was scrapped, the idea was seemingly for Esposito to join them as King Cobra. The actor has confirmed his role changed after he was tapped by Marvel Studios to join the Captain America Brave New World cast. This is what he told Empire. It was supposed to come out in March of 2024, and they decided they wanted to make some changes. I was on the phone with producer Nate Moore, who prepared me to be possibly a character called King Cobra, which I loved, because if I'm walking around the neighborhood, African Americans go, "What's up, King?" I love it. They call me King, baby. I mean, that's the highest honor. But as it turned out, there are other kings in the Marvel world, and this was connected to the Serpent Society. They were going back to the comics and trying to figure out, and Nate said, "We can give you all the characteristics of King, but we think he should be Sidewinder." And they spoke about creating a character that was really grounded in a mercenary fashion. They wanted to ground the movie when they went back to do some more additional shooting, and their focus now was on this additional character. So it was a bit of a whirlwind for me. I focused myself and I went in there and knocked it out, and I'm hoping to be in this universe a little longer. So reading between the lines, it seems like Esposito was meant to fight alongside the Serpent Society members, played by Seth Rollins and Rosa Salazar's Diamondback. Both were dropped from Captain America Brave New World's final cut after extensive reshoots. In the comics, King Cobra was an ex-convict working with a humanitarian medical researcher, Professor Ezekiel Sector, in India on a universal antioxidant for snake venom. Jealous of Sector's success, Voorhees plotted to kill him and make the murder look like an accident. I'm pretty sure Ezekiel, is that not who's meant to be Isaiah? I can't remember. I think it was meant to be. But you're hearing there, not just did his character change, so he obviously went in and filmed as this guy, King Cobra, and then had to go back and change it. And the fact that we're hearing not just was the Serpent Society removed, which we know Seth Rollins was meant to be like one of the heads of, but that this other character of Diamondback was removed. So you're just hearing how much this story actually changed from what they originally had planned. Like, we know the Serpent Society was meant to be a big part of this movie. And the fact that Giancarlo Esposito, he was only brought in after or during reshoots. Like, after they filmed the movie, went, this isn't working, scrapped it, and went back and started filming it again. That's when he was brought in. And now we're hearing, oh, that's when he was brought in and he was playing the character of King Cobra. And then we now know that they went back to do more reshoots, which we also heard from him back in November. He was like, oh yeah, I'm suiting back up and going back. And of course the media tried to spin it, saying, oh, he was misspoken. And it wasn't, because they all start getting photographed on set and stuff, being back on set in LA and whatnot. That proved, yes, they were doing additional reshoots. That is clearly where they changed the character to be Sidewinder and not King Cobra. So it really is, it just, what a mess of a movie this thing ended up being. And of course, Carlo Esposito is only in it for like 3 scenes. There's literally only 3 scenes with him in it, and all bar one scene don't make sense. Like, the first scene when you meet him makes sense that he'd be there. You're not sure who he is, but it's not like, well, how did he just show up? No, it made sense why he was there. The other 2 scenes, especially the second scene when he's just out on the road shooting Cap, made no sense. It was just like, how did he know where Cap was? Why is he just standing in the middle of a street with a gun? It made no sense. But there you go. Giancarlo Esposito confirming that he was never originally meant to play Sidewinder, that he was in fact meant to play King Cobra and be a major part of the Serpent Society. So, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.